Welcome to Fantasy Football Aces. It's your boy William Wolf. And it's football season, baby. Thursday night football. We finally are here. The best time of the year from September to February. We got football all the time. If you love football as much as me, I know you're as excited as I am. Every Thursday, we got football. Every Saturday, we got college football. Sunday, the NFL. Monday, more NFL. Before you know it, we'll start having Tuesday college football. I love this time of the year. Doesn't get any better. It gets into the cold part of the time of year. Start snowboarding and football. That's all I do. Obsessed. Only thing that screwed up a little bit today is that the Rodecaster 2 won't pop on today. So I'm using the Go XLR. I don't have any guests today, so I guess it's irrelevant, but that's an issue. So we're going to have to, from what I'm reading right now, I got on here a little late. I'm reading that this is something that happens with Rodecaster 2s. Apparently, I've always used Go XLR for streaming when it comes to gaming and stuff. So like I only got the Rodecaster for this podcast, like essentially to have guests. But we're going to have to get that figured out. It won't power on. It was working fine the other day, and for whatever reason, it won't power on now. So that's a problem. Move the little fantasy football aces a little to the left there. That's a little weird. But that was because it was in the setting there. But we're going to get into the season. We'll get that figured out another time. We got the sound working here on the OXLR, so we're good to go when it comes to that. And yeah, we're ready for Thursday night football. I know all y'all boys out there who got Travis Kelce in your lineup are watching closely. I know I am too, so we're going to stay updated on that. We're going to get into right now, we're going to get into the Diamond League. And what is going to happen there. I'm in Tampa, Florida today, but I'm flying to Chicago tomorrow morning to see your boy Justin Fields play. Yeah. As you can see, I'm a big Bears fan. A big Chicago fan in general. All Chicago memorabilia here. Bears memorabilia on the right there that you can't really see. Diehard Chicago fan here, but this isn't no homer pick. Justin Fields, I think, is going to be a superstar this year. I think a lot of fantasy experts out there, including myself, believe he's going to have a year like Hurts did last year. I think Justin Fields is a more talented quarterback than Hurts. And again, you know, when I make takes like this, people out there think that I'm silly, but I'm telling you, dog, like when you watch players, it matter their situation. I mean, if you put Justin over in Philadelphia, he'd be doing the same shit. So big year from Justin coming. He's a freak. I haven't seen a player like him in the NFL. Lamar put some weight on him, so like Lamar's kind of like starting to be like Justin as far as like the freak that he is. Because obviously we know what Lamar can do. He was an MVP, but he seems like a smaller guy who could inevitably get hurt at some point, right? And he has been banged up the last. But Justin, he's got that size like Josh Allen, where it doesn't really matter if he gets hit. He's just going to be a beast out there. And if he could just start to throw the ball with the better core of receivers he has now, with Claypool finally establishing himself with the Bears at the whole offseason. Obviously, Mooney's got a couple years under his belt. He's not going to have any pressure on him now with DJ Moore in the building. So Cole Kmet, you know, I think he can be a good little tight end. We'll see how he develops this year. And the offensive line has been revamped, and we drafted Darnell Wright as a tackle, right tackle in the first round. Spent our early pick on him. You know, I think that the Bears can be a bounce back team this year. They lost a lot of close games. They have an easy schedule this year. I just think Justin Fields is a fucking monster, and looking forward to him. I'm going to be playing, let's look at the matchup here. I'm going to be playing John Beneker. And John B, sorry out there. He is defending champ. The defending champ. He couldn't make it here as a guest today. but I'm going with him to Chicago. So Sunday, when I do my live show Sunday from my laptop, it won't be as good of a broadcast as this one, but I'll still do it. Well, on Sunday, I'm going to do start sits, and we're going to do my sharp pick of the week. I'm also going to do $1,000 lineup for daily fantasy on DraftKings. I'm going to deploy $1,000 lineup into $1,000 buy-in every week. So you're going to see me live do that, pick and develop my team. I'm not going to use any special software. I'm just going to use my brain. I understand how to find outliers and guys that there's a small percentage of the population using. So I understand all that strategy when it comes to daily fantasy and or weekly fantasy and DraftKings or FanDuel. Seems like DraftKings is kind of though, haven't they? With that being said, we play John B, and he has a very unique name. It's John's team. We'll meet him Sunday. We'll get him on and get his thoughts about the Diamond League this year. Eventually, you'll see him as a guest here with the belt. He's got the belt this year. He is the defending champ. He had Josh Allen last year, who really carried him to a fantasy football championship. He had Tyreek Hill. Then he had a lot of guys that just contributed throughout the whole year. And in the playoffs, he got a couple dubs, man. That's what happens. I had the number one record and most points scored last year, but I got beat in the semifinals, and that happens in fantasy football. You just want to make it to the playoffs. You just want to be the favorite with Pocket Aces, as the channel's name is Fantasy Football Aces. And then let the cards fall as they may. You're not going to always win. You just want to make the playoffs. Sometimes you run into a tough team. This matchup specifically, we got Justin Fields versus Lamar Jackson. Yeah, that's going to be a coin flip. Lamar's going against Houston. I expect a big game. A coming out party with the Monken offense. Just luckily for me, I am going to start Bateman. Now I'm going to show my bench here. I flirted around with Kelsey not being injured. I picked up Valdez Scantling, and I thought about starting Valdez Scantling and Sky Moore because I believe that there's going to be a lot of points scored. And I don't know if I'm close enough to the mic, guys. I believe there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game, and I believe that you should get as many players out in fantasy as you can. If you have the Lion, obviously there's the must-start guys that I don't even need to tell you about. But if Kelsey doesn't play, guys, I mean, I'd consider getting Valdez Scantling in that lineup. He's going into his second year. I know he was very underwhelming last year. He only had 600 yards, but the guy's going to be at 80% snap share, 90% snap share. And I think there's a chance that, he might be the guy that really breaks out this year and nobody's talking about it. It's kind of bizarre that, nobody's even giving him a chance, and that includes me. But I'm really banking on Sky Moore. I got him in the starting lineup today for the Thursday night game. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I ended up dropping Valdez Scantling because I think Kelsey's going to play. I'm just not going to start Valdez. I'm just not. And I picked back up Jaden Reed for the Green Bay Packers. There is a small chance I start him on Sunday instead of Bateman. If I hear that Watson and Dobbs are not playing, because I think that gives Reed a very big opportunity to get a lot of perceptions and points. But I'm probably going to stick with Rashad Bateman. The news here is that he's healthy. He's going to play week 1. Doesn't look like there's any restrictions. Yahoo doesn't really like him at 8.12, but that did go up when he was ruled in and essentially taken off being hurt. Zay Flowers, we know, he's going to be on the field quite a bit. Hopefully, he's in the slot more, and I think Rashad Bateman could be more of the X, kind of like you would compare him to Valdez Scantling in that system. But I believe Rashad Bateman, a first-round talent, could have a monster year this year. I think he's super undervalued this year, and I think people could be scratching their head about him. I mean, he's got the talent, first round pick, and I saw him make some big plays for Baltimore the last couple years before he got hurt. But I'm probably going to start him. I can't see any other way I start anybody. As far as Quentin Johnston's concerned, I want to get him in my lineup eventually, but I want to wait and see kind of how he develops. Rookies, receivers like him that are like top rated, they're going to they're going to make they're going to be a factor in the NFL right away, and they're also going to be a factor in fantasy right away. But when I say right away, I mean the first year. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to get really accelerated into the offense, and that happened with Justin Jefferson his rookie year. His rookie year, he started off slow. He ended up finding himself in free agency when it came to fantasy, and then he ended up having a monster year that rookie year. Same thing happened with Garrett Wilson last year, starting off slow. And it's kind of a similar situation as Garrett, right? You had Elijah Mitchell and Corey Davis in town, and they're like, well, he's the talented rookie, but he's third on the depth chart. No, motherfucker. These guys these star receivers that are drafted in the first round, they end up becoming the best player. Keenan Allen, he's old, man. I know he's got hands that are unbelievable. I know he's a fantastic route runner, so he doesn't rely on his youth as much, but the problem is that body, he's starting to get hurt, and there's a reason why he's getting hurt so much. It's because it's piling on his body at this point. He easily can miss some time. He easily could be a step behind at this point in his career. Mike Williams is still fairly young, but he just can't stay healthy, and he's like kind of a one-trick pony. I think that Quentin could end up being not their number one receiver, but their most talented player on their offense besides Eckler. So I'm a wait and see approach on him. Raheem Mostert and DeAndre Swift. Now, DeAndre Swift's a must start kind of guy for me typically, but I'm gonna give you my thought process on this. I didn't look at the weather. 70% chance of rain. Wow. I'm staying away from DeAndre for a couple reasons. One, I always respect Bill Belichick in that defense, and I want to have a wait and see approach on that Philadelphia. They haven't even awarded a starting running back to anybody yet. They're calling all four of their running backs starting running backs. So with that in mind, I feel like I want to wait and see what they do at least 1 week. And as far as Mostert's concerned, he's going against the Chargers, and the Chargers have one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. So I expect that to be a high-scoring game. Jeff Wilson's out, obviously. There's something about that rookie, right here. But third-round pick boasts more intriguing skill set. I heard something about, here we go. Oh, he practiced in full Wednesday. No, this was when I saw some kind of report about the young rookie today. Let me see here. But Mostert should be the 3-down horse, essentially, but you can't pass that guy up against the Chargers. I think that he can be. I hate this. Google's the GOAT. So, like on my phone, it actually shows the like you could sort the news by date, but I don't know why it's not doing it. I can do it by date. It usually lets me do that on my. I saw some news about him possibly not even playing. So with that, but let's just assume he does. It doesn't matter. Mostert's going to be the 70% snap share. I like to plug him in right here in week 1. Wait and see on DeAndre Swift. Wait and see on Quentin Johnston. And even if one of these two players blows up, I'm not going to have any regret. I'm not a FOMO kind of guy. I'm not going to have any regret. If anything, that's a good sign. I'm like, oh, good. Now I know I can start them every week, right? But Mostert, I know what I'm going to get. Even if he underwhelms in week 1, I know he's going to get 70% snap share. He'll get 18 carries, and he'll probably touch the ball 21 times. I'm sure 3 receptions is probably fine. 4 receptions if I'm lucky, or more if I'm lucky. And I'll probably get this 10-point mark. hopefully it's the over. James Cook, Yahoo's got him way underrated. He's playing a really tough Jets defense, but I believe I think that James Cook is going to have a ton of catches this year. I think he'll end up having 7 or 8 catches in this game, and then it'll be like the start of a fantasy run where you're like, holy shit, James Cook's a PPR monster. I'm only in a half-point PPR in this league, but I believe James Cook could be, he's way undervalued. Yahoo just doesn't realize what's going on there. I mean, he's the number one back on a great offense. He's going to get plenty of opportunity to score. I think that he's going to catch screen passes and do a lot with them. I just love him. Sky Moore, we already talked about playing Thursday Night Football. If Travis Kelce doesn't play, he's going to have even more opportunity. But I kind of hope Travis does play because I don't think that hurts Sky. I think it helps him, if anything. You know, you take the attention away from him, and you know he is able to unleash himself into this offense, which I think he's gonna have a monster year. This could be a coming out party, I think, for him. I love Hopkins. I think he's a little underrated. Yahoo's got him a little underrated all year. I just think that they believe that Tennessee offense is more run oriented, but I'm a fan. X factor in this matchup is gonna be Kyle Pitts. We're all interested to see what he does this year. Is he gonna be the Kyle Pitts that we all think he can be? Or is he going to be the Kyle Pitts that has been a bust last year, right? So that'll be interesting to see. James Conner, he's going against a really stout Washington defense, so I feel good about that. Pollard and Barkley, two big 3-horse dogs, running backs, are going to be going head-to-head Sunday night. Me and John will be in Chicago together watching that, and that's going to really come down to that game, essentially. He's got the Monday night kicker, and I got the Monday night James Cook. But I think it's going to really come down to this matchup. In our matchup, it's going to come down to Barkley and Pollard. So we'll see about that. You got Chris Olave against Tennessee. That's kind of cool, actually, because Hopkins and Olave are going head-to-head in that game. And I think Hopkins should be right where Olave is as far as ratings are concerned. I think that's a little low. This is great for me right here, guys. Devontae Adams, guess who he's going against? He's going against one of the best corners in the NFL, Patrick Surtain Jr., runs in the blood. That's a great matchup for me. I don't buy Jimmy Garoppolo being able to get him the ball a ton. I think Surtain will lock him up. That's huge for me in this matchup. Philadelphia's defense against New England is great, especially if it rains. New England's offense sucks, so Philly should really be able to get after Mac Jones, cause him to throw interceptions. I think that's a great matchup for me there. Cleveland and Cincy, they seem like they always get in field goal contests, so that's good, notoriously at least. I believe that this is going to be a barn burner. Yahoo's got him higher than me, but that's because they have Justin Fields underrated. They have Hopkins underrated, Sky Moore underrated, and James Cook underrated. I would say that they legitimately have those 4 guys underrated. I have them valued way higher than that. If you do those guys where they should be, in my opinion, I think he should be at 25 points. And you do the rest without getting specific. We're pretty close to a coin flip in this matchup, I would say. Pick myself to win here. That's fun. We'll go to some more matchups in this league. We'll go to 1-800 SEC versus Automatic Pickens. That is going to be, I'm not going to go into detail like I did my matchup. We're just going to go into detail about my matchup, and that's it. But for here, we'll make a pick. We'll make a pick for each guy in each league. We got Trevor Lawrence, Hurts. This team, Automatic Pickens, I really like what he did here. He picked him up out of nowhere. His team was looking real soft because he did the automatic picks and got Hurts, Chase, Hill, and Eckler. And then the rest were just dollar bottom feeders. But he ended up getting Hold on, I gotta answer this. So, um, looking at this matchup, man, Yahoo's got it close. I got it close too, man. Jalen Hurts against New England. It's gonna be raining. You got Eckler against Miami. I think Dobbins is over. I don't know what shot he's gonna do, but he came on strong at the end of the year. That's a sneaky little play right there by him. Cole Kmet, he's a wild card this year. Denver against Las Vegas. I'm gonna go with 1-800-SEC in a close matchup here. Bishop and I am not nice. I am nice. He's got if Travis Kelsey's out. Any late news here? 5:52 p.m. Not in line to play Thursday. That's new. That's news right there. Is expected to sit out Thursday game against the Lions. "90 minutes prior, but he's expected to sit out." So, I mean, with that being said, I'm taking Kicker's team, Bishop, to win this matchup. I will be with Young Kicker in Chicago as well. We fly out tomorrow morning. So this weekend I'll be in Chicago. As I said, it'll be a different broadcast than I normally would do. It sucks because it's week 1. I want to put on a show for you guys, but shit, man, the Roadcaster is not working anyways. So with the Roadcaster not working, I mean, kind of works out well anyways, right? So I don't know what the hell's going on. It's a weird thing, man. I'm gonna work on getting it fixed as soon as possible. I'll have to do this setup until then. But it sucks because that's my guest one over there, and I need the Roadcaster too because those ones have 2 mics. The Go XLR only has 1. The Go XLR is kind of for like a gaming setup or like what we're doing right now. Luckily, no guests today, so like I said, it ends up working out that way. We're gonna take Bishop here. The Criminals, the comeback kid, and looks like he hasn't deployed his kicker yet, so that'll be a closer rating. Minnesota's going against Tampa Bay, and he deploys 3 Minnesota players: Hockenson, Madison, and Jefferson, which I hate. But in this case, he's going against a bad Tampa Bay could have a good defense this year. What's the report on Watson? If he doesn't play, guys, there's a chance I start Jaden Reed, man. if they both don't play, I'm gonna end up starting Jaden Reed. I'm not bullshitting you. But I think he could start Brian Robinson if he has to against a sorry ass Arizona defense. So that's not gonna bother him too much. This guy's missing his big Jonathan Taylor holding out pupless. So depending on how good Zay Flowers is right away, because that's really a mystery at this point. I know everybody's high on him and his talent is through the roof, but we don't really know what's going to happen right away in that offense between him, Odell, and Bateman. So it's kind of like a gamble at the moment. I got to roll with Justin Field Christians. I hate this name, man. Get rid of that. It's so bad. But I'll take him in that matchup. Let me officially do that. The Criminals against Whoopsie. This is gonna be a close matchup. I'm high on ETN and Walker, way higher than other people. I hear that he's gonna be on a pitch count a little bit though. This is good news for Montgomery. They're saying today that he's gonna be. Look at that. I mean, I think that this might be a steal in the draft because everybody was so high on Gibbs, including me. But it kind of looks like Gibbs is going to be they're gonna kind of do the same shit that they did to Swift, you know. So Montgomery's a good looking running back. I mean, this could end up being a huge steal in the draft, not the fantasy football draft. This team looks pedestrian to me. He's missing Cup, who's going to possibly go on IR. Definitely going to take Criminals in this matchup. Last but not least, we got Physics Dream Team versus Korea. These are two powerhouse teams, in my opinion. We got Pat Mahomes playing tonight, so that's fun for Physics Dream Team. I call Pat Mahomes the Drip King. We got Josh Allen, equally as good, playing against the Jets, though. Based upon that matchup, that Jets matchup, I don't even need to look further too much. I just like still going to be close, but this is a tough matchup, guys. I like Physics Dream Team just based because Josh Allen's going against the Jets. That's going to be a really tough matchup. Josh Allen to start off the year. So that'll do it for that. For my team specifically, I don't really have much to think about except here. I'm not sure who I'm going to start yet. Now that Travis Kelce's out, man, I still kind of want to flirt with MVS, man. But the problem is I just dropped him a second ago because I thought they were in a roll with him. And I was like, you know what? I'm just giving up on this. And I like the news that I saw about here we go, Mark MVS. See, I can't even pick him up if I want to because I dropped him. But I actually like him, right? This with Kelce out, I really do, man. He could get 10 targets today, and I have a feeling he's going to be a guy that everybody's trying to pick up after today. I think he might have a monster game. I just have a feeling. But with that being said, I like the news that I saw about Bateman here. And I'll read that for you right now. It says Bateman avoided Ravens week 1 injury report, which is fantastic. Reiterated Wednesday that he's fully recovered from last year's frank foot surgery and ready to go for Sunday's opener against the Texans. The Texans are a shitty ball club. I'm going to start him, so I might as well just put him in and leave him there. But there's a chance that I start Jaden Reed only on the fact that Christian Watson and Dobbs will be out, and he will be the number 1 receiver playing for week 1, and I'll be there too. And I'm not going to consider that because I don't want to be biased that I'm going to be there just to put Jaden Reed in my lineup. But I just feel like he's going to be good, guys. I'm also going to do something else for you real special here. this off the screen. Can't see my passwords and shit.
On the show was that offense was Matt LaFleur's offense.
It was.
We're gonna do this for you guys and make it real fun.
So I wonder in moments of adversity, what happens with that offense when things go wrong? Do they convert and look at Aaron Rodgers for the answers, or do they look for the offensive coordinator? That's all.
It feels like Aaron Rodgers. If you've watched Hard Knocks at all, it feels like Aaron Rodgers. The full tune-up on that game.
I got more than y'all.
The Sunday game. Guys, are you excited about NFL Game Day morning?
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
This Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern. Rich and the whole crew back for another season. Mooch, he's actually sitting down with Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett.
What?
As he prepares to face the Niners, that game is going to be
good, too.
Steelers going to be real good.
Somebody can't make the playoffs.
He's going to sit down with
Said something about my OBS studio.
9 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. And we have this game coming up, Jared Goff.
Said something about my OBS studio disconnecting. Hopefully the stream stays on. But yeah, I thought it'd be cool to give you some NFL pregame as well, so you're not missing on that. You get a chance to do both. Hopefully YouTube doesn't mind me doing that. I'm using their own fucking thing, so they shouldn't mind that, right? Somehow cutting off part of this though. Maybe I could fix that. All right, that should be better. There we go. So as I said, I'm going to start Rashad Bateman. There's an outside chance I start Jaden Reed. I'm higher on Rashad Bateman than most people. I really am. I love the speed that he has. I love the size that he has. I think he kind of looks like Dez Bryant to me a little bit. I'm higher than most people on him. If he's healthy, man, I think he could be a big dog. And I was trying to make a point. The point that I wanted to make was in my matchup against John, he's got Lamar Jackson. So I'm going to block him with Andrews and Bateman. So if Lamar has a big game, hopefully it's to Andrews and Bateman, right? Because then I block him and I'm kind of winning in that, right? Because I get 6 points and touchdown. He gets 4 points. And then if that ends up happening, you know, my only bad thing that can happen is if Lamar has a huge game running and he throws the ball to Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham. And then that would be a disaster for me. But other than that, like I get to block him there, and I think that could really help me. That's one of the reasons why I'm starting Bateman. And that's one of the reasons why I dropped MVS, because I saw that he was healthy, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to roll with him. I'm going to go over to the Chasing Greatness and Glory team. I love my team in this league. Josh Allen, DJ Moore, Sky Moore, Jahan Dotson, Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, Mark Andrews, DeAndre Swift, and Justin Fields. I have Javonte Williams as well, but I'm going to start DeAndre over Javonte in week 1 because I want to see what they're going to do in this backfield. I know that both of these backfields are a little bit of a mystery because you got P. Ryan, who's going to take over in Denver, and then you got a whole gang of running backs in Philadelphia. But I'm more optimistic about DeAndre because I know he's healthy, and I know that he's going to definitely play a ton. I just don't really know what Denver's going to do with Javonte yet. But long term, I love Javonte in my lineup. I actually like him as much as any of these guys, Jahmyr Gibbs or Kenneth Walker, if he is healthy. And I think he will by week 7 or 8. He's going to be a must start kind of guy for me. Justin Fields, it's a weird league with Justin Fields as a flex, but you can put anybody as your flex, including our quarterback. So I did the Josh Allen, Justin Fields approach. I thought that was brilliant. I have a really good bench in this league too. I have Kadarius Toney, who I could possibly start over Dotson. Now that and you know what? It's sorry, Arizona. Is Terry McLaurin out? So they're saying Terry might play. Guys, if it's official, and Travis Kelce's not playing, I'm starting Kadarius Toney, guys. I'm starting him and Sky Moore together. I think that they both can have monster games tonight. So I know Kadarius has been a little banged up, but they don't have anything listed on him. And with Kelce out, shit. With Kelce out, they're gonna rely on him. So I don't know how I just did that. Sorry, guys. Let's see what else YouTube's got. Maybe we can get the ESPN broadcast. I like ESPN's.
Patrick Mahomes, the ultimate weapon. When things are going bad, he makes good. In fact, he's the only quarterback since 1950.
Nothing NFL related. They got the US Open.
28 plus points.
That's odd.
In the offense and the defense, sometimes even on one foot.
So we'll keep it on NFL Network. So let's go back to where I was at. If Travis Kelce is ruled out, guys, I'm gonna deploy Kadarius Toney instead of Dotson. That's how much I fucking love this guy. I think with Kelce out, you're gonna see extra opportunity. Obviously, he's at 8% start rate. Guess what? I'm part of that 8%, motherfucker. I ain't nice. I'm mean as fuck, and I like Kadarius Toney. So I'm starting him. My bench here is deep. I got Gainwell and Swift in this league. I got Jordan Addison. I got Jamison Williams when he comes back from suspension. This team's fucking loaded. I think I'm gonna win this league. My matchup is gonna be against, I don't know these people. This is my first time in this league, but he's got a way shittier team than mine. You could just look at this matchup. I'll make this a little bigger here for a second. So you have oh wow, I just looked at my
If you could pick your ideal 3 people to add to a foursome to play golf with you, who would it be?
guys, I just looked at my OBS, and yeah, I guess apparently I'm not showing, it's not showing the game. Wow. YouTube doesn't show that, huh? Why wouldn't they? I guess you can't show live TV on TV. Pretty weird. Wow. They black it out, huh? I'm assuming you can't even hear it either then. That's crazy. Well, I guess I'll just max screen this then. I'll have only this for my own enjoyment, guys. Sorry about that. Live and learn, man. This is my first time ever trying that, so that would have been pretty cool if I could have done that. I guess not possible.
But it could work. Do you think it could have an impact, tip the balance? We've been very concerned about the fact that Russia has already been getting weaponry, particularly drones, from Iran. We're certainly concerned at the prospect of it.
Guess I'll have to just watch that on my own. That's all right. But as I was saying, you got AJ Brown versus DJ Moore, Sky Moore versus Waddle, Metcalf versus Toney. He's obviously got way better receivers, but my quarterback kills him. Luckily, I'm going against, lucky for him, I'm going against the Jets. But I got Fields against Madison. That's a huge fucking advantage for me. Quarterback versus running back. And my guy happens to be a running back anyways. Swift against Lockett. I like that for me. Andrews against this Laporta guy. I like that for me. My running backs are much better. So my receivers are underrated. They're going to perform. I like him over Dotson, so we'll start him over Dotson. We're not going to mess with this league. As long as Kelsey is out, we're going to deploy Kadarius Toney. And last but not least, the Platinum League. So the Platinum League, we have Travis Kelsey. And if he's out, we're going to have to start Coughlin. So we're going to keep an eye on that. That's a huge fall for, disappointment for me. In this league, without Travis Kelsey, I become probably an underdog. Because I built my team around him, unfortunately. So without him, my team starts to look a little soft. Receivers, I'm strong though, but this guy has strong receivers as well. I'm hearing reports about Juju's knee being about to explode, but I don't know. He said he's healthy, and they don't have him on any injury list, so that's kind of a wait and see approach, I guess, with Juju. It sucks. I got him for cheap. I do have Jameson Williams in this league. My bench is very thin though, because I couldn't really get running backs in this league. I invested in Brown, St. Brown, Cook, Fields, and Travis Kelsey, who you see here. So I didn't have a lot of money to spend on running backs, so I ended up getting Deion Jackson late, who's a huge steal for me, who I can start for 4 weeks. And then I got Jamal Williams, who I could start for at least 3 weeks, with Kamara on suspension. And by that time, I'm hoping to get Jeff Wilson in the lineup. I'm hoping to find out what's going to happen with Zach Moss. Maybe Gus Edwards has a bigger role than we all think he has. And I think this kid could be a sleeper in that Cincinnati offense with Pirine gone and, Mixon getting a little older. I say older, but I just think that Brown could possibly be a factor there for that team. I think that I could still win this matchup even without Travis Kelsey, because I'm playing that bad of a team this week. I don't like respect this guy's team. So I think I could win this one even without Travis Kelsey, guys. They got him lit with 0 at this point now, so they're really believing he's not going to play. Not slated to play. Adam Scheffler. There you go. I'm going to roll with Coughlin. We'll still keep an eye on that. We're not going to totally trust those reports yet. Go back to the Diamond League. I think that Valdez-Scantling was a decent option right now at the wide receiver 3 for me. I'm gonna stick with Bateman. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still on the fence between Swift and Mostert, but I'm really leaning towards Mostert on that one. This looks like the lineup I'm gonna roll with on going into Sunday. Looking forward to it. Let's get into the next segment of today. That is going to be who I like in this betting matchup tonight. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but I'm a sharp when it comes to betting, and I'm a sharp when it comes to specific matchups. What I mean by that too is I'm not a guy that's going to bet every Thursday. I'm not a guy that's going to bet every game every Sunday. I'm not going to bet every Monday night. I actually really only stick to what I think I'm good at, and that is NFL. I don't do any other sports except NFL. I don't really touch college football besides the national championship, which I have an immaculate record on. I want to show you guys something here.
Get a free full exam and x-rays plus 20% off all treatment plans. Book today.
Hi, we're Visible, the wireless company with nothing to hide. Get unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon for $25 a month every month. Sorry, hidden fees.
So I'm going to go to Super Bowl winners and results on my main screen here. And I want to show you guys something here real quick. So we're going to start off with 2023 2023. A buddy of mine, H. Hidley, who will be on this, he's in my Big Diamond Fantasy Football League. I'll show you on the screen as well.
Back here on game day kickoff. Oh, look at the wheels on Amon-Ra St. Brown, Rob. I mean, he's got to have a...
He is 1-800 SEC. We are both very sharp when it comes to betting. And last year we were on the Kansas City Chiefs. We won. I just want to go through something real quick here. Year before that, I'm pretty sure Cincinnati covered. We were on Cincinnati. We were on Tampa Bay against Kansas City that year. We were on... This is immaculate, guys. This is really fucking immaculate. I want you to really pay attention here. We were on Kansas City against San Fran. We were on New England against Los Angeles. We were on Philadelphia against New England. I'm not lying either, guys. This game right here. That year, I didn't bet the Super Bowl. I was in Breckenridge, Colorado, snowboarding. And for whatever reason, didn't touch the Super Bowl. And that was the crazy one. Atlanta up 28-3. Atlanta came back. New England came back and actually covered the spread, too, the main spread. Wasn't on that game, though. I don't really know what my guy High was on in that game. Denver against Carolina. We were on Denver. That was the year that they had that monumental defense going against Cam Newton, who had an MVP year for Carolina. We were on... This game we lost. This is the one game we lost out of these last 15 games, which is fucking insane, guys. 14-1 record in Super Bowls. We were on Seattle, and that was the game that they didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. If they did, we would have won. We were on Seattle against Denver. We were on Baltimore against San Fran. We were on Giants against New England and Giants against New England in this game, both of them. We were on this game here. I don't remember. I think that would be the cutoff there. I don't really remember our record, but you're seeing here, an immaculate record. With that being said, we have a matchup here that the line is going to shift tremendously because of no Travis Kelce, right? He's probably going to account for a couple points, I'd say, right? Let's see here. It's saying it's right now at 4.5, 3.5, 4. Now, before this Travis Kelce news, guys, I was getting ready and really looking forward to giving you the sharp pick of the day, and a really pick that I was gonna probably bet quite a bit of money on, and that was the Detroit Lions. But with Travis Kelce out, I don't like it anymore. I'm not going to touch this game anymore. And that sounds fucking bizarre, right? The spread would have been 6.5. It's not really a big deal. Lions probably could still be, in theory, you'd be like, oh, I'd rather take the Lions now that they don't have Travis Kelce. It's not the way you should think when it comes to betting. Betting is not something that's super logical and rational. It's betting is something that you want to be going against the grain, what we call sharp plays. Now, the best bettors in the world, they are strictly analytical and objective with the way they gamble, and they like to bet on teams and games that they feel they have an advantage based on the software and the algorithms they have that are generating lines that they think are better than the lines that Vegas is giving out. Now, how do you really account for Travis Kelce? They're saying 2.5 points, 3 points. That's what they're saying Travis Kelce's worth in a betting line. I don't know if that number is right or not. But what I do know is that the public would have been all over the Chiefs, in my opinion, with Travis Kelce, a healthy team, a healthy Travis Kelce. And I believe now, with the hype around Jahmyr Gibbs, the hype around this Lion teams in general, that this is not going to be such an obvious pick of the Chiefs anymore. It's going to be more of a 50-50 split on this game. And that's a game that I'd like to stay away from. I believe that the Lions are a sharp pick all year, especially when they're an underdog like this game. They're an underdog against the defending Super Bowl champs. They're in Kansas City. You know, this is one of those kind of, you know, games where like, oh, it's a homecoming for, you know, the Chiefs. They're going to just absolutely come out on fire. And that's the feeling I would have had. But with Travis Kelce, they're out now. Like the whole narrative has changed now. So I believe that most people think that this game could go either way now without Travis Kelce. And I'm just speaking like Sky or Terry. I don't know when you wrote that, buddy. I haven't been paying attention to the chat, but that's a no-brainer. Sky Moore to the moon. Sky Moore is going to be, can't wait to see him play tonight, man. I think it's going to be a coming out party for Sky Moore tonight. It's counterintuitive, right? Because I like the Lions for betting, but I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think that, by the way, if you're going to take a play, it's Lions. It's the Lions or the play tonight. It's either no bet or Lions. And as far as the over-under is concerned, take the over and just live with the result. Because I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of points scored tonight. Chris Jones is holding out. The Chiefs are going to be, their defense is going to be down. The Lions, they got some young players on defense, but their secondary is not so good. They're going to give up points all year. They're going to rely upon their offense and winning shootouts. So I would take the Lions in this game. Oh, I'm hearing on my news right now. I'm watching on my other channel here that I can't show to you guys apparently, that Travis Kelce is definitely inactive, but we're still going to pay attention to that closely.
Because I mean, you want this guy for the long haul. You know, look at that.
We're in the playoffs right now, guys. Long season.
It's the first game of the season, so I get why. But to me, it's the timing of it. Like a couple days before the first game, you know, game plans are in. To me, it has to be something that's difficult for this offense to deal with so early and so late to the game.
Yeah, you know what? I think if anyone's suited to handle this, there's two coaches, Bill Belichick and Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid always has a plan. He's always in games. You give me 2 days to adapt to it, I got a chance.
Sunday, we're going to get into a little bit more of the other games I really like. But because Sunday I'm going to be in Chicago, I'm going to give my sharp play of the week. I'm going to tell you right now that besides this game before Travis Kelce was hurt, I was going to say the Lions are my sharp pick of the week and one of my sharp picks of the week. But I'm going to say this weekend, the biggest play that you should have, the play that I think I am going to bet a significant amount of money on, is the Cleveland Browns, a home dog against the Bengals. 2.5 points, 1.5 point, 2.5 points, 2. The Browns always fucking play the Bengals tough. Go look at the history. Myles Garrett loves to get after Burrow. The Browns are at home. The Browns have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Chubb is going to be ready to go. I think Watson, with a year under his belt, that offense is going to look a little bit better this year. And their defense is stout, man. They have great cornerbacks. I believe that they match up well with the Bengals. They always play them well. Bengals' weakness on their team is their offensive line. The Browns and Myles Garrett are really going to get after them. The division game, home opener, Cleveland at home. I really love them. I think it's a must play this week. If you're any kind of better, take the Cleveland Browns. I'm telling you, we're going to start something off this year where I'm giving you a one pick a week that I really fucking love. Now you're going to see how immaculate my record is. My record will speak for itself. This week, Cleveland Browns, week 1, we're going to kick it off. You're going to start to learn and trust Cleveland Browns is the pick, guy. Cleveland Browns. Now, I got a couple people asking me some questions here. Cooper Kupp, Gabe Davis, Van Jefferson. I hate these trade questions, by the way. I want to make this very clear. Trade options, trade questions, they're impossible to evaluate without context. You need to know league settings. You need to know the scoring settings. You need to know how many people are in those leagues. You need to know what what platform it's on, ESPN, Yahoo, etc. You need to know what the team that you have, the depth you have behind it, like what happens when, who's going to replace the people that you're giving up on that depth part. What does the other team have? What are they missing? At face value, when I look at something like this, Cooper Kupp, Gabe Davis, Van Jefferson for Austin Eckler, Darnell Mooney, Washington. If I have Cooper's side, that's a no-brainer. I trade Cooper Kupp for, he's gonna probably go on the IR. I trade him for Austin Eckler in a heartbeat. Austin Eckler is a fucking monster. Like I said, with that being said, it's impossible. I need so much context when evaluating trades. You need context. You can't just look at it face value. Buffy, should you drop Marquise Brown, 10-team PPR? 10-teamer, absolutely. 10 teams there's gonna be a lot of good options in a 10-teamer. I don't know how many receivers you start. I'm assuming 3 plus a flex. If that's the case, maybe it's worth having them on your bench. But I'd need to see like all your other players on who you're dropping, right? Like who's left on your team. I mean, you need context for that as well. It's impossible to say, but just off the top of my head, in a 10-team PPR, I don't see any way that you're ever going to be starting Hollywood Brown. Arizona Cardinals are a mess. I wouldn't start him. I would get rid of him if. What else do I want to dive into today? We talked about fantasy football diamond league and ahead. Start sits. I mean, is it less to talk about on Thursdays? But you can. We'll get more into those Sunday, I guess, on start sits. Get into a little bit more gambling, and we'll get into more of my fantasy football lineup as far as DraftKings is concerned. But yeah, that'll do it, boys. I'm actually going to get out of here. I think that I've covered enough today. I'm really looking for Thursday night football. Keep an eye. I know they're ruling Travis Kelce out, but keep an eye on that, you guys. Sometimes these reports are wrong. I've seen it happen before. Just keep a real close eye on Travis Kelce. Until then, I got to get my Roadcaster fixed. Y'all boys have a good one. I will see y'all on Sunday when I'm in Chicago. Peace out.